Are you looking for the best multi-purpose cleaning spray? We got this one right here from Force of Nature. And so I figured that I would show this thing off to you. So let me go ahead and grab that Mike Vance knife right there. We're going to open this bad boy on up and see what we got on the inside. If you guys find this video helpful too, I definitely appreciate you guys clicking that button right there. It definitely helps me out, helps you out, helps everybody out. So we got our bottle right there, spray bottle. This right here is the little activator bottle right there. Just got to mix some things up, make some chemistry happen here. This right here is going to be your plug to be able to plug into the back of there. We'll do that here in just a minute. And yes, you have these right here. This is like the activator solution to be able to make the cleaning stuff. And then you have all that. And you have all of like the quick start guide and all the information about it and whatnot. It's really cool because they go through a lot of what you need to know in here. So first, let's go ahead and open this thing on up and get some stuff mixing in here so we can see exactly how this works. All right, this cord right here, that's a solid 6-foot cord right there. So you have plenty of room to be able to plug it in and get it wherever you want to put it on your counter so that you can always have it at the ready. Let's see, this little guy right here, it's got this fill line, and so we're going to need to fill it with some water to the fill line. So let's see if I can do this without spilling everywhere. So let me go ahead and put a towel down just in case, and we're just going to slowly pour it on in. Whoop. Overshot. Uh-oh. Definitely glad I put the towel down. And I will say, it would be nice if they would have added like a little like collapsible funnel or something like that in there, just so that you can pour the water in a little bit easier, although you can just simply roll up a sheet of paper to be able to do that. I got just a hair bit too much. Let me just drop some of this back on into there. There we go, that'll work. All right, so now that we have that, you're gonna take one of your little capsules right here. Just simply break it. They give you 5 right here. And then you just, all you have to do is buy more of these right here as opposed to having to buy a whole new bottle and everything whenever you're doing like regular sprays and whatnot. You got a little port on the back right here for your power. So you're just going to simply open that one on up right there. And we are going to plug that right on in. Then once you have that in there, you're just going to simply open up your little doohickey right here by twisting the top. Makes a little hole right there. And you're just going to simply squeeze that right on down. Then, once you have that in there, you're going to simply press your button. The bottom is going to light up right there. It's a nice blue. And then you'll know whenever it's ready, whenever this changes to a different color. It's going to do a chemical reaction in there because you're adding the electric to it. And actually, they go through all of that, which I want to show you guys in all of their materials right here. But before we do that, let's take a look at this little guy right here. This is going to be your spray bottle that you use whenever you go to put it into there. And you just simply have your rotator right there to be able to open and close it. You got a good little trigger right there. It's nice and ergonomically designed too, so you can easily put your 2 fingers right there to be able to squeeze. I also like how it has this little hole right here, so if you wanted to hang it on something, you can do that. That way you always have it at the ready, which is super nice as well. You can see how the wand in there goes all the way down to the corner of the bottle right there. So you know that you're going to get all of the cleaner that you're going to put in there. You know that you're going to use it all. And even whenever you have it down to the bottom, it'll be able to easily get all the way through there. You got a nice grip around the cap right there, so you can easily open this thing on up so that you can pour your solution on into there. And I gotta say, on this activator right here, I like how they've have a little spout right here at the edge so that you can easily pour that into your bottle whenever it is ready. So let's just let that sit right there. I want to take you guys on through. We'll go over what this thing actually does. So they have this quick start guide right here to kind of guide you through everything. So let me bring you guys on down. We're going to take a look at this right here. So in this box, you want to make sure that you have everything: your electrolyzer, the spray bottle, the power cord, the activator capsules, your quick start guide, there's going to be a user's manual and supplemental information, which is all of this right here. And then opening this on up right here, we'll go ahead and open it to its fullest on the inside right here. They give you the 5-start guide right here of what you need to do. So you're going to ensure that the rubber cover is covering the power jack on the back of the electrolyzer. That was that little gray thing that I pulled back here. So you want to make sure that whenever you're pouring your water in, that water doesn't get into this electrical port right here. And then you want to fill to the line on the back of the bottle with cool water, which is what we did. Put it up to that max fill line. Then from there, we're going to plug in the power cord into the electrolyzer and into the outlet. So that's this right here, that 6-foot cord that we talked about. Just going to plug that right on in. And then you're going to squeeze the full bottle, the full contents of one activator capsule, which is this little guy right here. We already did. That's what's creating the bubbles right there whenever it is activated and on. You're going to wait 10 seconds for the solution to disperse. And then number 4, you press the start button on the front of the electrolyzer once, which is what we did right here. And you can see that it's slowly going. It's slowly changing colors right here to let you know that it's getting closer and closer to being done. So press the button on the front of the electrolyzer. Blue lights will begin pulsing. Then the transition to green, which is what we're seeing right now, which is super cool. It shows us that it's almost done. Then the cleaner will be ready after the light ring is completely green. It says in about 9 minutes. I mean, it took me a while to pour that in there, and we are almost done with this thing. So it might even be less than that, which is super nice. And then you're going to unplug the electrolyzer and pour your cleaner into the spray bottle. You want to rinse the electrolyzer with water before plugging it back in. And then hit the start button twice quickly to start your day counter. So that's a really cool thing about this too, is that your activator solution, the cleaning spray, is good for, I believe they said 12 to 14 days. I think it's 14 days. And they have a counter on here. So if you leave this plugged in and you double tap that button, it's kind of like with the transition that they have with the lights right here. Every day it's going to slowly start to transition to the different color to let you know that it's time to create another bottle of the activizer. I think I'm saying that wrong. Electrolyzer. So that's a really cool feature that you can do on that. If you don't want to keep it plugged in, the other thing you can do is just simply take like a dry erase marker and write the date either that you filled it or that it would be 14 days later on the bottle so that you can keep track of when you need it. This down here, going back to the day counter stuff, it shows you day 1 is going to be this color, day 3 is going to be half that color, day 12 is going to be a yellow half color, and then day 14 plus is going to be a red color right there to let you know that it's definitely time to change it up. So it says the force of nature maintains its cleaning power for 2 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks. To help you keep track of time, there is a light ring around the bottom of the electrolyzer. That's what we're seeing down here right now. Every 2 days, one section of the green lights will shut off. When you have only 2 days left, the one remaining green light will turn to yellow. At day 14, the entire base will be red, indicating your cleaner has expired and it's time to make a fresh batch. On the bottom here, they do have a note. It says, if you don't want to keep Forge of Naser plugging in, okay, you can write the expiration date. That's what I just said on the thing there. And then they have the cleaning and disinfecting tips right here. So it's good for glass and stainless steel. They talk about what you need to do there. For soap scum, grease and oil, pet accidents, sports gear, floor, color-fast rugs, furniture and clothing, and deodorizing. So there's so many different things that you can use this stuff for to be able to get rid of those nasty smells and those germs. And then you can also clean these messes too. Baby gear, which, God, being a dad, having to go through strollers and car seats and all that type of stuff, those things get dirty. They get disgusting. Let's be real here. And so to be able to have something that's really going to work well with that is going to be perfect. Is this done? Hey, yeah, look, this is all green right here. So I want to go ahead and pour that into our bottle so we can spray it out. I'm curious to know what the surface area is going to be like on this. So I'm going to open this up. We're going to unplug this right here. One, just so it's not in the way, but two, in case something spills, we don't want that going into the electrical. And then we're just going to simply, let's go, you know, dads tend to make a mess sometimes, so let's go ahead and put out our bottle right here. Bring you guys on down just a little bit, and you guys can see. So I like this little spout right here to be able to pour it right on into the bottle. It's got great flow right here so that it actually goes into there, and none of it, you can tell, is holding onto the surface area on the side of the bottle, so it's not dripping down the bottle, which is very nice as well. So just simply filling this all the way on up, just like that. And now you have your cleaning spray. But you're probably wondering, what the heck is this actually? Because all we did was put the water with that extra little capsule in there. And so what we have here is your chemistry experiment that you just did. So what you have is hydrogen and oxygen from the water, and then you have sodium chloride right here from the salt. And then you put the two together in there, and then with turning on the electricity, you create a reaction that happens, and you create team sodium hydride and team hypochlorous acid right there. And so those are what you're going to be using to clean up all of your surfaces now, and all of your stanky strollers and car seats and everything that the kids spill all their stuff into. So just to finish this out, it says makeup brushes, thermoses, straw cups, sippy cups, dehumidifiers, camping gear, backpacks, and lunchbox. Oh God, lunchboxes. Have you ever seen inside a kid's lunchbox? Those things get nasty. Bath toys, and then it can also be used to help your cut fresh flowers, fresh cut flowers last longer by adding a few ounces of water to your vase. So that's super cool as well. So I love how they give you the science right here. I love how they easily spell out everything that this thing can do and how easy it is to read your instructions right there. So let's go ahead now and do a little squirt action right here. I'm curious to know what the spray area is going to look like. How much of this do you actually have to use? So let me open up the little nougat right there. Gonna take me a few sprays to be able to get it out. Okay, so that's one, and that's two, but this looks like it was more of a stream, which I gotta say, it streamed out nicely right here with those two squirts. Let me go ahead and clean that right on up, just like that. Smell? Oh wow, yeah, it's got that that cleaning. What do you call that? Man, like a fresh, clean type of scent to it. Almost like a hotel room is what it's reminding me of. We stay in a lot of hotels. We like to travel and whatnot. And the ones that are like sanitized is what that smells like right there. I wonder if they're just using something like this. Wow. Okay, so what I want to do now is kind of close it up a little bit so we can get more of a spray to see how wide the spray is going to go now, since we did the stream. Oop, that's the stream again. Does it do a spray? Stream. Stream. No. Okay. I thought this did a spray. Maybe not. Yeah, so you just get streams, because I went all the way around this thing right there. It'd be nice if they had a spray setting on there so that you could cover more of the surface area to be able to get the whole thing cleaned up a lot easier. But I gotta say, it works well. It smells great. Everything smells nice and clean and sanitized. There's no residue left on here as well, because it's literally just those two chemicals that you created using water and salt and electricity. So, awesome stuff right here. If you guys are looking for an excellent cleaning spray, y'all definitely need to go and check out this right here from Force of Nature. Let me know if this was helpful. If it was, there's that button right there. I definitely appreciate you guys clicking that button. Oh, I was watching a thing too. I've noticed that baking soda makes for a good like abrasiveness. So if you have like one of those stuck on stains and you need to add a little bit of something to kind of break it up a little bit, putting baking soda and then adding some of this on top of that to be able to scrub down into there seems to work really well as well. So I can't wait to get this stuff into the kitchen and really test it out on the stove that we have, because we have some spots that are kind of stuck in there, and hopefully this stuff gets those spots up. But y'all definitely go grab y'all some of this if this is something that you're looking for. Again, that helpful button's right there if you guys want to hook that up. Help a dad out. Y'all go ahead and add this to your cart. Thank y'all for watching, and dad out.